Hey folks, Glenn May here with BassResource.com. Today I want to talk to you about how to spool line on a spinning reel. A lot of problems people have with spinning reels, often as a result of putting on the line improperly. So let me walk you through how to do it correctly. First thing you want to do is buy in bulk if you can. Buy your line. This is a 600-yard bulk line, and the reason why, see how small that spool is? Typically when you see on the shelf, the 150-yard spools are a little bit larger. You know, they're a big spool like this. Here you want a smaller size because look at the diameter of this reel. Okay, it's small. Line has a memory to it, and a lot of the problems with spinning reel happens to be with that memory. So you get a smaller diameter spool, it helps it lay down on the spool a lot easier. So we start with that. What you want to do is you want the line to come off the spool the same way it's going to go onto the reel. So typically that's label side up for most spools. Check to make sure that they all come off together. Line up your spool, line up your reel, and see if they come off the same direction. One's going on the same direction as the other's coming off. That's key, paramount. That eliminates line twists. Take your reel, flip the bail, go through just the first eye of your spinning rod, and then what you want to do is you're going to tie it onto your reel. And the way you do that is kind of an interesting knot. It's called an arbor knot. What you do is you take the tag in. This is where I need my glasses. Take the tag in. You want to tie just a simple overhand knot. Now once you do that, now you got a tag in. You want to cut the tag end off. And then you want to tie it onto the spool. Just wrap the line around the spool again. Make sure that bail is open, and then just tie another simple overhand knot. Once you have that overhand knot done, just cinch it down. And what happens is that first knot that you made, the line will cinch right down against it. Very simple. Now the next thing I like to do is take a little piece of tape, just a real thin piece of Scotch tape, and I'll lay that right down on top of the knot that I just created. This does a couple things. First of all, it helps the knot from becoming an issue when you lay the line down on it, but also it holds that line in place, so it makes it easier to spool onto the reel. All right, next thing you want to do, this is very simple, but you want to just start spooling it on. And here's the thing. As you put it on, I like to grab a rag and grab a hold of the line. And I'll tell you why in a second. But then you just spool it on, holding onto the line like this. Now, why I'm doing that, I want to put a lot of tension on the line. That makes it lay down a lot easier. Now after about 20 turns or so, what I do is I stop for a second and I just check the line. I let go of it and check. Look, it's not kinking up, it's not twisting. Perfect. If it is twisting up on you a whole bunch, then just take the spool and flip it over the other direction and it'll lay down flat for you. So I like to lay it down nice and tight, and the reason for that is it lays the line down really good and firm. It makes it come off a lot easier when you cast that way. So it also aids in the line to form a memory around your spool so that it comes off a lot easier and you have a lot easier with line management. Plus, using a rag, of course, you don't burn your fingers when you're putting the line on it. You can use gloves if you want, but I don't want to use leather or anything like that because that can damage the line. So a nice cloth like this usually works really well. All right, that's about as full as I want to get it. You want to leave about 1/8 of an inch of the spool sticking up, and there's a reason for that. It comes off, that spool, that lip, is there to help keep the line in place, first of all, so when you flip the bail back down, the line doesn't fall out and go all over the place, but also that lip aids the line to come off the reel a lot smoother. So you want to make sure you leave a little bit of some room there. All right, now that we've got that done, I'm just going to clip off a little bit of line right here. There we go. Come on. I took my glasses off, so it's harder for me to see it. There we go. Take that off, and I just take the line, and there's a little line clip on here, if I can find it. Put that on the side of the spool, right there. Put your line around that. Then what you want to do is one other thing. What I like to do is I take the spool off the reel itself, and I like to put it in a glass of water, and I'll tell you why in a second. But the way you take this, you just turn the drag until it's nice and loose. Then your spool is going to come off. And you want to do this in the upright position because there's washers and whatnot underneath here. You don't want it to fall all over the floor. So just lift it up once you get this all the way done, and it just comes off nice and easy. There you go, just like that. Leaving the washers on. Now what I do is I take it in I got some warm water, not hot water, but warm water, and just plop that in the glass. And all that does, you leave it in there for about at least 10 minutes, maybe longer. What that does is it lets the line reshape and reform around your spool. And that's important because then when you're casting, you're not going to get all these loops and lines coming off your reel, and it's not going to be a big mess. You're not going to get all these knots and whatnot. It makes it a lot easier to cast, makes it really smooth, and you're going to have a much better day on the water. That's all there is to it. Once I'm done, put it back on, tie my lure on, and I'm ready to go fishing. Hope that helps. For more tips and tricks like this and for all the answers to all your questions about bass fishing, visit BassResource.com.
Hey, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up and leave a comment below. And if you want to watch more videos like this, click one of the images on your screen right now. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.